do it live.
Preparing to live stream the meeting.
We're doing it live.
I'm going to put a new link.
Are we there? Are we good?
Hey, we're there.
We're live. There's the people out
We're
there.
live.
YouTube.
Okay. Someone check it though and make sure this is not just like a terrible, terrible connection. Please.
Hold on.
Yeah.
My
Hi everybody. I'm gonna push out the new link. And everything's gonna be fine.
switch account.
Let me know how it's going. Hey Mike, sing the theme song for us.
You know they're diva dads. You can trust them. And they're 35 and under. Oh, diva dads. 35 and under. Hashtag.
Oh, this is live now. Let me see what that looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Okay, we're on screen. It's good.
Oh,
We're live.
Okay.
Hey, we're live.
There's one person watching. I think it's me.
I think it's me.
Oh, and it actually looks pretty good. So.
Hey, come on, problem solvers. This is great.
Okay. Someone's gonna need to monitor that though for comments if anyone makes it there.
I got you.
I got it up. We good.
Sweet.
Everything's fine. Dana, are you gonna stick around and hang out with us? Or you gonna be free?
Y'all give me 1 second here. I'm gonna get a drink.
All right. Well, they're diva dads. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Hey everybody, welcome to Diva Dads, episode 30 something.
8.
I'm Dana Martin.
I'm Rodney Bettis.
I'm Mike Kilgore.
And I'm Adrienne Dobson. Hi, everybody. How you doing?
Oh man. So for any of you guys who are like, oh nice, I like that, Dana. That looks good. For anybody who is like, okay, they were supposed to start 20 minutes ago. It was technical difficulties, right? Like Dana's supposed to be on vacation, even from us, but we called him in because he taught me everything he knew, and I don't know how to use it. So
I don't know a lot.
I think it was actually just computer inadequacy. I think that's the problem. It's not the first time I was inadequate. Won't be the last time. But other than that, it's been pretty good. I just started spring break, so cheers.
Spring break. Cheers. Do y'all have the whole week off?
We do. We have the whole week off. I have big plans. No, I don't. I've got rehearsal all week. Every day.
Oh, yeah.
Morning, noon, and night. Yeah.
Well, you'll have noon off, so just morning and night.
Oh, noon. Good. I will go to Cancun then on my noon break.
Make use of the gift card I got you, and unless it's already used. What a burger.
Yeah. Actually, I've had a hard time trying to get my gift card loaded onto my app on my phone. Mainly because the only time I think about it is whenever it's time to pay. So you got
Rodney, and Dana, are you having the same problem I have with now having these evening rehearsals? Your eating schedule's totally thrown off. I'm having a problem. I've been to McDonald's 3 times this week and it's not okay.
I'm sure it will get there. They've been kicking around getting back to the office in small amounts, just 3 people in my department of 15 at a time, like a week on, a week off, stuff like that. Because one of the things about my company is we're very social, and we haven't been social in over a year. So as a worker and as a supervisor of workers, they, and myself included, have some separation anxiety, even though it's been going on this long. There's such a community at my place of work. We do Zoom meetings and stuff like that just to hang out, but it's just not the same. And so they're really struggling. We've got some some HR involvement just to talk to folks and stuff, because it really, some people, take it a little bit differently than other people. So it's pretty cool. But yeah.
This wall decor behind you, Dana, is
Is it
just
killing you?
remarkable.
It's killing me. Hold on. Let me change, because this one's really cool. Charlotte's like, I want this. I said, we'll take it.
That's close.
Take it.
Oh.
Beautiful. Caden, when did you get your haircut?
When did I get my haircut?
Saturday or Sunday last week, right? Saturday.
Oh,
Looks
well,
pretty awesome.
I'm really digging the Johnny Manziel number 2 Aggie jersey there, man.
Mhm.
You know who Johnny Manziel is?
Oh my gosh.
That's
Yeah.
fine. You're fine.
Oh, funny story about rehearsal last night. Nobody was there. You weren't there, were you? Yeah, you were there, but you were busy. So we were talking to Daniel Hill about his being in Big, and he was talking about how his wife didn't come to Big, and I was like, okay. And I mean, people are busy, it's fine. But it was just kind of, I had to think about it for a second. And Bonnie was like, what's Big? And Bonnie Garcia, who is this beautiful dancer. I can't wait. I get to dance with her during the number that I'm in with her. I don't know what song it is. I'm lucky if I remember the steps. So it's really beautiful, but she was like, what's Big? And Catherine was like, oh, it's based on the movie Big. And she was like, she looked at me like, what is she talking about? And I was like, Bonnie's too young to know what Big is. I was like, do you know who Tom Hanks is? Like Woody from Toy Story. Well, he used to be a young guy, and he was in a movie back in the 80s called Big. They turned it into a musical. And Catherine said something like, oh yeah, we used to watch it on VHS. And I looked at Bonnie, I was like, do you know what a VHS is? And she was like,
oh my God.
so young.
She's in college. She's a college student.
She's 21. So, and that's just
God,
really
she's 21.
Yeah, she said she was born in 2000, so that would make her 21 or almost.
Wow.
21.
Wow. We know Shiloh Barty's tuning in. So hi, Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Hopefully everyone else gets the memo soon that there's a new link and everything is fine. Mike, how was your week? You are even less talkative than normal.
Oh, I didn't want to steal the show as always, guys. I'm sorry. No, it was great. Honestly, just a good week. I'm putting in a little conference room at the office so that Roger and I can have a green screen. I can do my insurance videos. He can do his certified financial planning videos and probably some TTC promo videos eventually. I mean, it's going to be
Roger Pine breakdowns.
exactly
with production value.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of, we're not going right to him yet. We're going to wait for our guest. But theater news. So we talked a couple Dads After Dark a few times ago. Susan Keppick came and joined us, and we were talking about the logistics of opening up Broadway. If they were going to have the same issues we are about, having to deal with limited capacity, how they were going to do that. And so she was kind of giving us some insight as to how people were just talking about it, because there's been no major decisions, but they're starting to kind of open up. A lot of shows are doing pop-up performances outdoors. So as a way to kind of ease audiences back in. Obviously they're not staging full productions, but they're going to be doing a lot of pop-up performances with shows that are supposed to be coming back whenever Broadway is back. So that's pretty exciting. The other thing is it's one act season. So first, break a leg to Josie, who is competing tomorrow, right?
She is. Yep.
Nice. And then I want to say congratulations to a lot of our theater people. So Kathleen Williams, who's in Tuck Everlasting, got an honorable mention, and their production, the Huntsville High School, they advanced. And Beth and Stacy, their production advanced. Their production of Medea advanced, and they got Best Actor, Best Actress, all-star cast. They just raked in the awards. So yay for them, and great job to all of our fantastic high school kids.
Yay.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I was talking to our high school youth group the other day about, Samantha was like, why everyone's doing Greek tragedies? Why is everyone doing a Greek tragedy? And it was masks. You have to wear masks. So what do? You find a show where masks can kind of be incorporated into it. So hello, Greek tragedy. But it's pretty cool, pretty exciting for all of them. And I'm going to segue right into When Kate Cries. There's not an actual video this week because this is kind of combining theater news and crying. We are well into rehearsals for Tuck Everlasting, which is flippin' beautiful. But either myself or Carrie has cried every single day. I mean, you guys have been there, so you know. The first staging rehearsal that we had with as many of the cast as we could gather on stage, Hannah Shadani and our choreographer had them do some kind of an acting, what would you call it? Just some sort of like movement game to kind of get people connected. And by the end, everyone was just verklempt. Like it was really beautiful. How do you feel like it's going, Rodney?
I'm overwhelmed with Tuck right now. Like I've been very blessed the last several shows. I've had a speaking role, and honestly, they're easier. Ensemble is hard. Like you have to know you have to know choreography, you have to know harmony, which is a lot different than just the melody of the song. And I'm overwhelmed right now, but I'll catch up. It's all about reps for me. The more reps I get, so hopefully by the end of this week, doing like double shift rehearsals, I'll feel better about it. But right now, I'm overwhelmed. I don't have those I haven't been teary about it necessarily at all those points, but I'm overwhelmed right now. But I'll catch up.
You're overwhelmed mentally. I am very overwhelmed emotionally. It's just amazing having everyone back together. On Wednesday Wednesday, Carrie worked with all of the principals on their solos. And that day was like, we were dead because it was just so cool to hear everybody come back to it. All this music we hadn't heard in a long time. And, so much progress had been made. I know people haven't been actively working on this every day for the past year, but Benjamin is a good example. The growth that he's had in a year while he's been auditioning for colleges and all this stuff. There are things that Carrie and I remembered him needing to work on a year ago. And then he sang his song this week. And it was just beautiful. So I really can't wait. And it's our little kids, Jaden and Kate are a whole year older, a whole foot taller. Henry is 30 feet taller, I swear. Pickett is a whole tail taller.
That face, that cat is just.
Oh, I love it. Dana, what about you? You're a whole constable taller.
Yeah, I had dabbled as understudy for Angus until it went offline, and then when you asked me to do that, I was like, yeah, okay, sure. And he doesn't have a lot of lines. He's got one tune with Lucas, which is going to be funny.
It's so good.
I'll get out. I'm so excited about that. For me, it's, like Rodney said, repetition and stuff. But I told you, I was like, do I still have to be understudy? And you're like, you'll be fine. Will I? So I told Dustin on Wednesday, I was like, okay, dude, I know the songs, but I don't know any of this. Just don't be sick, don't fall out or any. I can't do it. And then I noticed Daniel Hill has a couple of different things he's understudying for, and I know he's going to be on point no matter what because he's Daniel Hill. We're really going to miss him at TTC when he.
I know.
So I don't know. I listen to that tune every day, multiple times, singing along, making sure I get the cadence right, and because it is a very kind of cadencey song, and there's interaction. For me, that's the biggest thing, is the interaction in between the lyrics that I always struggle with. I had to do that with Mamma Mia a lot, and it's very frustrating, and it takes a lot of time which we don't really have. So yeah,
we got time.
You think so?
Time. I don't remember the words. Yeah, we have time. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. There's some cool set plans in the works. Shannon has been sewing away. No kidding. She showed me some inspiration pictures for Cynthia's dress. She's like, what do you think about something like this? I thought, oh God, that's beautiful. The next day she says, okay, you're finished. And she shows off the dress. Holy.
You folks, come to the show in April because that just for that dress alone, it is sick. It's
great.
Tickets will be on sale soon.
Soon.
All right, Rodney, you need a drink?
Yes,
Kick it.
definitely
I
needed
just
that.
want to squeeze his face. I just want to squeeze that face. What are you drinking, Dana?
The Jameson Stout. It is a Jameson whiskey finished in a charred beer
Drinking
barrel.
time.
Caden's a fan, apparently. Oh, what's happening here?
We're gonna, you know.
The Sledge-O-Matic.
You look
Right.
like the dentist.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I could have worn this for the dentist. That might have been good. No, it's just an apron. I thought it might be befitting. All right, so this week, and I've kind of been on a kick of doing my cocktails inspired by our guest. So it's kind of keeping with that trend. Our guest today is ARMINEH Davis, and she has been mentioned on this show several times as being one of the kindest and sweetest individuals to ever come through the theater company. And so I wanted a sweet cocktail, and so so that's what I have. I've got some sweetness here. So you gonna help?
Sure.
All right. So what we're going to make is a grilled pineapple mojito. So you're gonna add some grilled pineapple and some lime juice. Will you get the go get the cooler out? Bring it out over here. No, go through the front. There you go.
Dana, how long are you hanging out with us?
They left me.
Okay. Ooh. When did you grill the pineapple, Rodney?
So I grilled it last night. Just pull the whole thing out. Just pull. Oh, never mind. I got it. I'm sorry I gave you a task that didn't accomplish.
I don't
Oh, setting him up to fail at such a young age.
I know. I do that sometimes. That's why I teach. Get the lime out for me.
Wow.
So, yes, I grilled, and this does take a lot of prep time. I'm gonna try not to cut my thumb off. It does take a lot of prep time because you do have to grill. You have to grill the pineapple, and you also have to make the pineapple syrup, which I'm using a Topo bottle for my syrup.
Very good.
Yeah, Caden approved.
Of the cocktail?
So, yeah, he got to sample the pineapple juice. So you make a simple syrup, but instead of using white granulated sugar, you use brown sugar. So it's equal parts sugar and water, just like any kind of simple syrup. And then you muddle the grilled pineapple in it as well. So there's the grilled pineapple flavor in here, and then we're going to muddle some grilled pineapple flavor in directly into the drink. So yeah, very, very good there. So I'm going to squeeze half of a lime into this container so that I can measure it a little bit better. I made this
providing music. I feel like Caden's providing background music for
he
us.
provides
We just can't hear it.
I provide everything.
ambiance. Yeah, he's just Johnny on the spot. He catches my limes that I drop on the floor. He giggles at me. It's like having a little Adrienne here with me.
Excuse me?
Yeah, because she giggles at me all the time too.
Did you think that was an insult, Caden?
No.
Rude.
I was just like, that doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense. I don't look anything like Adrienne. Okay, so I made this early. If you look at the stream where I had the cocktail, which if you're watching right now, you're not on that stream. You're on something entirely different. I'm going to cut the ratios down a little bit because it won't all fit in this glass. So I'm basically, usually I double the recipe. Today I'm having the recipe. So you're going to need half an ounce of lime juice, which I believe I have just about that here, maybe a little bit more.
What is that container you've got the lime juice in? That's really nifty.
Yeah, it's actually got this little topper on it, and where you can squeeze and juice your stuff, but it doesn't do a very good job with limes for whatever reason. Are you just eating the lime?
Maybe.
Wow. All right, so you put your lime juice and your grilled pineapple in there, and then you're going to add some fresh mint. So you gotta air it out. Smell good?
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Smells like plant.
Smells like a plant. Smells like mint plant goob.
Smells like normal plants in the backyard.
All right. So, you want to muddle? Just
Ooh.
smash it. No,
There's
come on.
a
Do it better.
there's a restaurant that Cameron took us to in Hell's Kitchen that has an entire menu of different kinds of guacamole. And the one we got was grilled pineapple guacamole. So it had chunks of grilled pineapple in it. It was so good. I was hesitant, but holy cow, it was so good.
So good. All right, you're splashing all over the place.
What, you wanted me to do it harder?
Yeah, but you know, it's
Like
more.
that.
Yeah, there you go.
I didn't know what you meant.
All right, so put some ice in there.
He's so helpful
He is.
and
Okay,
entertaining.
that's way too much. Oh, sweet mercy, this is gonna be. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so you've got ice. Now you've added ice, and you're going to add your simple syrup, which you're going to have half an ounce of that as well.
Now that's the pineapple syrup, correct?
Yes, the grilled pineapple syrup. And then you need 2 ounces of dark rum. I'm using Eldorado 8, which is delicious. I used it for a cocktail a few weeks ago, probably a month ago now. Feels like we haven't been on here for a while.
I know it feels like a long time. I know it was just a week, but it feels like a long time.
Lots happened in a week.
All right. And let's see, what else do I need to add? I've got the lime juice, I got the pineapple,
I
and
don't see anything else.
you don't see anything else? Oh, we need cocoa.
Oh.
And you know what I need? I need a bottle opener. See if I can use my ring.
Like a real Aggie. Yay!
All right. So then you're going to top off with topo
Mhm.
because we don't use other kind of sparkling waters in this show.
Nope.
You hear that, Topo Chico? We don't use
Torturous.
any other sparkling waters.
We're in
Give it-
negotiations.
Give
Are they
it a little
firm?
stir.
Sparkling waters. It's kind of like the champagne and
Hold on.
sparkling.
You're not going to strain off the mint leaves?
No, see,
No,
that's
it's a
the thing
mojito.
about a mojito is the mojito keeps the mint leaves and all the stuff in there. I thought about it. I thought, you know, I should strain all those like pineapple chunks and stuff out of there.
Nah.
But no, an authentic mojito is going to have all of that veg in there. So so there you go. A grill. It looks like a hot mess right now, but it's actually
Oh, it looks good. Mazel tov. Yay. Looks good.
It's very fine. If you want this is a little bit drier, but if you want it to be a little bit sweeter, you can add pineapple juice to it as well, and back off a little bit on the Topo Chico, and it'll be even sweeter. But this is a fabulous drink, and it's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be. This would be great by the pool if we had
Mike.
one, but we don't have one, Mike.
Sorry. One
This
day.
means nothing to y'all, but I'm channeling Meredith Marks today.
Okay.
That's for somebody.
Never try to eat a lime. It burns your mouth. Never do it.
You say that, but you sat there and sucked on that thing for 5 minutes.
Life,
It burned the edges of my mouth.
life tips from Kaden.
All right, Mike, tell us what's next.
All right, guys. Well, we are going to bring our special guest tonight. As Rodney said, we have ARMINEH Davis. I know she'll tell us all about her theater experience at TTC, but I just remember her from Fiddler on the Roof. I was in Fiddler on the Roof, and she did an amazing job. And then jaw dropped to the floor in Passion Assassins. I mean, just wow. So
Hell
anyway,
yeah.
folks, she needs no introduction. The kindest person in the world, ARMINEH Davis.
ARMINEH.
Hi.
ARMINEH, how you doing?
Overwhelmed with gratitude. That was so sweet.
Oh,
Thank
you look like you're in a greenhouse.
Thank you. That's the vibe I'm going for.
I love it.
My little reading nook I've been building.
Oh, that's fabulous. This is Pickett. You can officially meet Pickett.
Pickett.
Pickett, ARMINEH.
It is so cute. That little face is saying so much right now.
He really is. Has he been fixed yet?
Yes.
Okay, so that's why he's so agreeable right now.
Yeah, and he smells so much better. Oh my god,
It smells
So much.
so bad. in here.
so bad. But now it's better, and he can have more. He can roam about the house a little bit more.
Beautiful. ARMINEH, tell us a little bit about where you are.
Yeah, I am back in Austin, and here's a cat for
Porthos.
yeah, I'm back in Austin, been working. Took a little mini adventure to Florida for a little bit, but I'm back and I've been really loving it. We were just talking earlier that somehow Florida is hotter than Texas. I don't know how that happens, but
It's the humidity,
glad to be
man.
back. Yeah, very glad.
Terrible. Terrible. So what was your year in the pandemic like?
Ooh, interesting. So
Yeah.
it's been very quiet. I think for a lot of us, it's the most alone we've ever been, like pretty solitary. And I'm not used to that. So I've actually learned it was kind of what I needed, that solitude in the worst possible situation. I've been able to try and find the silver lining because that's been very hard this year. But I've been doing a lot of reading and learning to love learning again, which has been fun.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because you're back in school.
I am. I start in June. Yeah. I'm starting soon.
And what are you studying?
Computer animation.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
nice.
So remind me later, but RJ Pena, who's at theater company, actually, I don't know, we think he ever did something at the theater company. It was Brazos Valley Players. He did cabaret with us. He's an animator and he's worked on a ton, but most recently he worked on the Croods sequel.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So I'll have to get you in touch with him because maybe he would have some advice for you.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, we have a segment that normally we would do before our guest arrives, but this one has to do with you. So Rodney, you wanna introduce it?
All right. So this is Roger Pine. He's a regular player on this show. Apparently, he's always on the street, according to Mike.
Homeless?
Yeah, yeah. He's got the nicest house for a homeless guy. And so anyway, here's Roger Pine. He's going to break down, give us everything we need to know about passion.
My assignment is a show called Passion. It is a show by Stephen Sondheim. It's got soldiers and it's in Italy or something, and there's a love triangle and it's sad. And stop me if you've already heard this rant, but Stephen Sondheim shows are just too complicated. So like if you're in the show and you've rehearsed it 30 times, you get the story because you've gone through it a bunch of times. And if you're a Sondheim groupie and you've listened to the soundtrack 30 times and you come to the show, you understand what's going on too. But if you just buy a ticket and just like rock up to the theater, like I've done on occasion for several Stephen Sondheim shows, man, you do not know what's going on in that first round. And so I probably need to watch Passion like a couple more times to fully get what's happening there. But there you go. And if you can believe it, we did that show, and then we did a whole other Stephen Sondheim show with the same cast, in the same night. We did an intermission between the two shows. Pretty wild, pretty ambitious.
I loved
Once
that.
again, he didn't say anything about a plot.
It was in Italy. There was a love triangle. So Italy, love triangle, sad.
Okay.
That's basically,
Armine, is that it?
yeah, that's it.
He's not kidding though. I didn't understand the plot of Passion really until we did it.
Mm-hmm.
And even then, do I know? I don't know. Armine described the plot of Passion.
It is about a very ill Italian woman who
Named
Fosca, who falls in love with a captain. Yes, I don't know. Some
Is he a
military
captain?
guy. I don't know. I don't remember. But yeah, he's a military guy, and he is also in love and seeing someone else in this affair situation. So it's this whole like toxic kind of love triangle thing going on. But there's a lot. Yeah, very toxic. Very.
And who played your love interest, the captain?
Paul Exley.
Early.
Early moment. Oh my goodness.
It is an early moment.
So
and
is that based on something else? Because I'm going through like the 3 or 4 Sondheim.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's gonna be based on something else, right?
it was based on a book,
Okay.
I think. And you know, you know how every season there used to be one show that was just like a little bit avant-garde, a little bit unique, and that was the show that everyone would just kind of geek out over and be really excited to do. Passion Assassins was that one, and Randy wrote and got permission from Sondheim to do the shows together because they have nothing to do with each other. They're just both one acts, but like a one act in that it's a 90-minute to 2-hour show. These are not short things. I guess Assassins is shorter. And Randy was like, we're going to combine them and everything's fine. And he was supposed to have had this whole idea on how to connect them, but I don't think he'd really figured that out yet. So he was just like, it's going to be okay. So we went for it. And I don't know what it was like to have been an audience member for that show. I know what it was like on our end, and it was beautiful, but that is a lot of content to take in.
So you say that, but I also had my mother come in and she watched rehearsals. She came to the shows like 3 or 4 times. Like she ate it up. She loved it. So.
Oh, good. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah. I think
and
beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the stories made sense to me, and maybe not everyone, like kind of like Roger said, but a lot of people I was in prior shows with, but the cast was just really good. I mean, everybody did a really good job. That just on that merit alone, if the storyline didn't hold up, that was just amazing. But I got it. I got the storyline.
Did you?
Yeah.
Friggin' all-stars. You're right, because our trio in the first act in Passion was ARMINEH and Paul and Christina, and the rest of the ensemble filled out the characters. And then in Assassins, ARMINEH, Paul, and Christina were kind of our extras. They plugged in all the extra characters, and then our extras from the first act played all of the assassins and presidents and fun things like that in the second act. So it was a lot to take in. But yeah, Raoul, you, Ferguson, Cody was in it. Zach played the oh my gosh, the devil is kind of how we orchestrated it. That he was what we used to kind of connect the two shows. Luis, Brian Pope, oh my gosh, help me out.
James Cho.
What?
James Cho.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, James. Oh my gosh, and Corey. Hello.
Corey, Michael.
Yes, Michael Prince played that really messed up Santa that got to say all the naughty things. That was so great. That was so great. Oh, what an experience. All right, Dana, well, I went ahead and tagged you in some questions since you're sticking around.
For a bit. So, I mean, how did you end up finding your way to TTC? Was that 2015? No,
yeah.
When was it? Yeah.
2015. I got to college in 2014, and I remember vividly searching for a theater company and didn't find y'all for a year. Couldn't find someone doing shows. Just randomly showed up one day in the summer before fall of 2015. And so I showed up to Mary Poppins, or no, it wasn't Mary Poppins. Shoot, what was it? Kiss Me Kate.
Oh, that's right.
Audition. Didn't get cast. And so I came back for, oh my gosh.
I think that was Mary Poppins, right?
Was it only? Yeah.
I think
it was 2 auditions. Yeah. So Mary Poppins was my second audition. Got cast ensemble fall of 2015, and then did shows ever since. But it was strange because I remember searching for a theater company and not finding a single one. And then one day y'all popped up. So I think it was meant to be. I loved my time at TTC. I became a person there. Like I learned how to work as a team, and yeah, I loved it so much.
Yay.
Loved it. Yeah, I still have really fond memories of Mary Poppins. So us singing it earlier, I was like, oh.
Except that song. I do hate that song.
I love that song.
I think it's the lamest ending to one of the most beautiful scores ever. And then it gets to the end and it's like, it's
that's fair.
Snort. Sorry.
It's okay.
Score critique by Adrienne Dobson. ARMINEH, sometimes we get questions from some of the people who watch the show or have been part of the show, such as one of our very first guests, Carrie Kemp. She wants to give a question to the Queen. What inspired you?
Carrie, you're the queen. First of all, Carrie's awesome. Second of all, what inspires me? I think seeing other people create really inspires me. Whenever I'm in a stint of not feeling the juices flowing, I just have to watch someone do something. So typically it's singing. I'll watch someone sing, or I'll watch some of your videos that you post on Instagram, of the rehearsals or of the camps going on, or friends I've made from Florida. Like, all of that stuff just really inspires me. So that and space, probably.
In space?
In space. It's just that. If you've ever looked at any of the space pictures, my favorite thing. I will paste them all along the wall. They just are beautiful to me.
Have you seen the renderings of the hotel that they're planning in outer space that people might be able to stay in? It's pretty amazing. It looks like this big wheel out in outer space, and you can go out there, and it's connected by these tubes that are like elevator tubes or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm an adventure person. I love me some roller coasters and things like that, but I think that's gonna be a no.
I'll sign if I had a couple mil for a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely.
Same.
100%.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, so ARMINEH,
that wig.
I was actually going off of Mike's very on cue transition.
Crazy.
Jesus.
Crazy.
All right, y'all. I have my quirks, ARMINEH. So anyway, they're trying to tell me it's my turn to talk. Well, okay. So Shiloh, who's also watching as well, she wants to know, what's your favorite go-to audition song?
Meadowlark.
Oh.
Yeah.
God, I love that song.
Yeah. If you want,
no one sings that song.
What show is that from?
The Baker's Wife. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So good. So good.
Patti LuPone.
Cynthia recommended that to me. So I'd never heard it before she sent it to me. So yeah.
Patti LuPone sings it on a couple of her albums. And she sings it. I mean, it is, you can just hear her on it. Yeah. Tara sang that for an audition one time, I think. Yeah. That's a good one though. And that's so good to have an obscure song that not everyone does. Mm-hmm. Bravo. What was your first audition song? Well, what did you audition with for Mary Poppins?
Well, so for Kiss Me Kate was my first audition. And I auditioned with the song from Violet, because for those of you who don't know, Sutton Foster is my absolute favorite.
Stan.
And so I sang her song. I think it's called Lay Down Your Head from Violet. Mm-hmm. Not my voice type, but I was so committed. And I think I could see the transition in Randy's eyes where he was like, no, this is not it. But yeah, that was my first audition song. And then Mary Poppins was I Have Confidence.
Oh, perfect.
I still really love that song.
Me too. That's a good one.
And Shiloh, you would rock either of those.
Oh.
She does have confidence.
She does. What about you? Do you have a go-to? Any of you?
Oh, me? Geez, I don't know. I don't really. Caden does. Yeah, Caden, what's your go-to audition song?
I've only auditioned once, so I don't really know.
What'd you sing?
Yeah.
Kuna Matata?
I think so.
That's a good one.
That's a great one.
Did you do Pumbaa or Pumbaa or Timon?
God, not in front of the kids.
I have like a book, but I don't think I would remember any of it. I think if push come to shove, the one that I knew I could always do was Fools Fall in Love from All Shook Up. Like that's the one that is just like easy breezy, beautiful cover girl, because it's just like nice and simple, and I know all the words to that one. So it's like if under pressure, I could do that. Everything else I would need a refresher.
Yeah, you mentioned Cynthia helping, got one for you. That's all I do. I just message Cynthia and it's like, give me some options because I don't know. She's like, well, what do you want to do? Or what character or whatever, and then she'll give me like 5 to choose from, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make friends with the theater nerds, and then they'll give you good songs.
Yes.
Exactly.
Speaking of theater nerds, Dana.
Ooh,
I was with Beth Krill today, and so she
That's
had a
good.
couple questions for you.
yeah. Beth Krill wanted to know which character that you've played on stage that you've felt the closest to.
I think Hoddle.
Mm.
Definitely Hoddle. That was a dream role, and it was in a time in my life where I was graduating college and potentially moving to a different city away from family. So it just like hit on all of those points. Yeah, I loved Hoddle. Felt very much like me. Because family is very important to me. And so, yeah, it hit on all of that.
That's Far From the Home I Love, right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, that one's beautiful. But for the opposite of that, she wanted to know which character that you've played has been the most unlike you.
Fosca.
Yeah.
That one was rough.
What was you? So first off, you were not auditioning for that.
No. I didn't
And we
know.
had a conversation about it.
Mhm.
Because what did you say before auditions?
I think I told you I was terrified and like not at all interested.
Yeah.
Or something. Like it scared the shit out of me, basically.
Well, I gave a lot of people wanted to just audition for Passion or just auditions for Assassins.
I think I told
And
you
that-
Assassins.
Yeah, you said you only wanted to audition for Assassins. You didn't want to audition for Passion. And I think before the auditions to everybody, because a few people had those requests, and one, it was like, you can't tell me what to do. But also, I just told everybody, trust me. Like, I know that it's a little bit saucy. I know it's heavy, but like, just trust me and it's going to be fine. And I remember your face going like, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
So how was that for you?
That was one of the biggest learning experiences that I'm so grateful for, because my request was not it came from a place of true fear. Like it wasn't
absolutely
material, but I was like, I don't think I can do that. And
no one thought you were a diva. That's not good.
Well, just it showed me that like you need to get out of yourself in your own head and like trust the people who see outside of you and see the bigger picture. Because it's very easy to get in your own head and circular in your fears and stuff. And so that was one of the biggest lessons I learned, because it ended up being the most rewarding experience. And to this day, I have never done a show where like the script flowed so easily. Like I didn't have to practice lines in the halls once I learned it. It was such a natural show. And so it just taught me, you know what? Trust is a good thing. Step out in faith instead of fear as an actor, and I think you'll go farther. So super grateful. But yeah, very, very terrified.
I want to ask you more about that later, but I just want to ask you about Fosca more later, because it's just such a fascinating thing. But yeah, that was a lot, like between you and Paul. Like Christina is obviously a huge part of the trio, but between you and Paul, I mean, you never stopped.
No. So then not having to do like pretty much anything in Assassins was such a blessing. I was like, I get to watch other people shine, and like that's where my comfort level is. And so I got both stepping out of the comfort zone and also being rewarded with, okay, I can sit back for a little bit. So yeah, good experience overall.
Good. I'm glad.
So Linda,
Crazy.
So crazy.
Crazy. Linda Bendixson wants to know, what is your favorite costume that you've worn on the TTC stage?
Oh, my God. That's a good one. This is hard. Okay, I have 2 answers. The first is very sentimental. The costume I wore for Mary Poppins was one of my favorites. It was this like beautiful blue teal skirt. I loved it. But it's more a sentimental answer. The real answer is probably, I loved that Babette costume.
Oh, that's what I was hoping you would say.
It was so ridiculously frilly and over the top and beautiful, and like it was just the best. I think that'd be my answer.
So why was the first one the sentimental choice? Like what is sentimental about it?
Just because it was my first show and I'd never worn a real costume, like outside of the buying something from Party City, I'd never had a costume picked and or handmade for production. And it was just really fun to like, I have a lot of good memories tied to that skirt, sitting backstage and talking to everybody and meeting everybody for the first time. And it was really comfortable. And yeah, it was great.
Who costumed Mary Poppins? I'm getting to you. Hold on.
Was it? Oh my God.
Was it Kathy?
I think it was Kathy.
I think it was Kathy. Probably a team because that costume, that show was a lot.
Yeah, it was definitely a team, but yes, definitely Kathy Olsey. Yeah.
Where is that skirt now?
Where's what?
Where is that skirt now?
It's still in the theater, I think. Actually, I have a question. How did you guys fare with the flood? How did the costumes fare?
So actually, there's been a recent update on that because it's mostly the men's side, which is great. So all of our beautiful dresses and things like that. What?
You're the men's side. So that's great.
The men can deal.
Pants and slacks, pants and suit coats, you're fine. All of the like ridiculously ornate skirts and dresses and unique pieces for the women, not fine. So yes, it is a big relief that it was the men's side and not the women's. Because, you know, so basically all those racks that had stuff falling down on it are all in the lobby. And we just recently got a quote for the dry cleaning, and it is substantial and will hopefully be covered by insurance. So
okay.
there's your update. But also, I am shocked that your answer was not your Raggedy Ann costume from Mary Poppins.
You know, I forgot about, yeah. That was a good one.
Forgot about or blocked?
Yeah. I liked, it was a great aesthetic.
Very PC.
Great aesthetic. I was very uncomfortable in that just because I'd never worn anything like it before. That again, huge learning curve. Yeah.
Well, that was the creepy living doll thing. And no one really, remember we had that one little girl who like went straight up Kubrick stare on us. Oh, Dana, you would have lost your mind.
Yeah.
Because like ARMINEH, and I think you were with AJ, you guys, oh no, he was the soldier.
He was a soldier.
Yeah. We had all these people dressed as dolls. And then this little like 10-year-old girl in this creepy doll costume.
She was so good at it.
She was so good.
So good.
So creepy.
No.
I might great.
So ARMINEH, Catherine Morgan wants to, what's a show you thought you would hate or just really not enjoy, but you ended up loving?
Show I thought I would hate. Hate is a strong word. I did not expect to enjoy and learn as much as I did from Passion. I think that was the real surprise for me. Yeah, definitely. I think it would be a similar answer as far as characters. However, Hello Dolly also turned out to be a lot of fun.
That was beautiful.
Yeah. I just didn't know much about it, like had seen it once as a kid, but the dancing is a lot of fun and like that cast was just so much fun too. So
and that was Rob's first directing gig with us.
Yeah, it was. That's crazy. That's so many years ago.
I know. Wow. Oh my gosh. Adrienne had like a buzz cut. Remember? She had like,
yes.
Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And now she just had another baby and her hair is like down to her waist.
Yep.
That's wild.
That is wild. That's a good question, Catherine.
Yeah. Dana.
Oh.
Dana.
So, what was it like having your parents in the audience for the first time?
Question from your dad, actually. I don't think I wrote that in there.
That's from my dad.
That's from your dad.
For the first time ever, I'm always super nervous. I hate singing in front of family, and they'll tell you this too. Like, I hate doing it. I don't know why. I will sing in front of strangers, but as soon as it's family, I get really uncomfortable. So I have to either forget that they're there or kind of pretend that I'm there, not there, that I'm not there, if that makes sense.
I think
Yeah.
your mom is watching too.
Yeah, she is. Mhm.
Yeah.
Thanks for-
Hi, I miss you.
Thanks for the reminder. No, I love that they support it, and it was a journey to get there. Like they haven't always loved theater. It was really cool to get to see their support, and yeah, we've gotten to share it a lot, which is really nice. My mom and I took trips all the time to New York, and like she's come to really love it, and yeah, it's great.
Well, even after you moved away, they still came.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, she would still, I mean, we haven't had any in a while, but she would still come to shows even after you were gone. It was your mom and your aunt. I would always get to see them.
yep, they love that community, which just warms my heart. Like that just makes me really happy.
She says she loved you in your Rapunzel wig.
Oh, joy. Thanks, Mom.
That was never a good wig. Rapunzel's never a good wig because it's not like you can make really pretty blonde hair when it has to be like 18 feet long.
And has
It's
to
always
be Velcroed so you can like tear it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then the cut off version is just even more tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. But I miss them. Give them all of my love.
I will. I'll give them a hug for y'all.
Okay, we're switching gears to your recent career move.
Yep.
So you have a fondness for Disney. I want to know your least favorite Disney movie. Which one's the worst? And maybe you don't even want to tell people that you hate
No,
it.
I'll say it. I think I've said it before. I don't love Toy Story.
Whoa. Ooh, Rodney agrees.
I can understand how that would be.
Okay.
Is it just the first one or the whole like series?
It starts with the first one. And I don't know why. Like I can't pinpoint why, but I just have memories of being frightened of it as a kid and never enjoying it. So like the story I think really resonates, and I love the later ones, but the first one for whatever reason I just can't watch. Can't do it.
I mean, I can get that. I mean, sentient toys that pretend that they're not whenever you're playing with them. That's pretty creepy. And then the kid, what's his name, Buzz? Is that Buzz?
The
who cut all of
sociopath
up and put them together, and then they like come and get him. Like, yeah, it's got some pretty scary stuff to it. It's also got Tim Allen in it, and he's whatever.
Caden, I need your thoughts on Toy Story.
Yeah.
I mean, Josie thinks it's horrifying.
Thank you.
Now, I will say though that Josie, when she was little, had when Toy Story 2 came out, she got a Jessie doll, and I can't watch that segment with Jessie whenever they drive Jessie out into the middle of the like field and like leave her at a tree or whatever. And so Josie has one of those Jessie dolls, and she tried to give it away, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not doing that to Jessie. No, Jessie lives in my cabinet. So I mean, it may not be the best life, but we still pull her out every once in a while and say hi to her so that she's not completely forgotten, and so that she doesn't sing that horrible song. Like, it's a great song, but it's like a heart-wrenching song. So, yeah.
Ryder's all about Toy Story. Like, he dressed up as Woody for Halloween. Rodney got to see him. He's all about Toy Story and like has various sizes of all the different toys. He's not traumatized by it. I just was traumatized emotionally. I don't know if it was the second one or I think it was the third one, where like he has to give the toys to Bonnie, like they transition to another kid. That always killed me.
Yeah.
So I think passing on toys is such a special thing, and that broke me.
So I don't like any sort of doll, especially if it comes.
You don't?
alive.
Oh, okay.
So
That's fair.
the porcelain dolls, the clowns, like all that stuff, I can't stand it. And when I was at Disney back in November, and we were in Toy Story Land or whatever, and I'm walking just through there, and all of a sudden there's a snake in my boot, like next to me, the big Woody, yeah. And Charlotte's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And just shouted, and one of the cast members was standing there just monitoring people with their masks or whatever, and she's like, and I'm just like,
no, Adrienne.
Cabbage Patch doll.
"Oh my God, Cabbage Patch is the worst."
No, no.
You want to know a funny story about Cabbage Patch dolls? So this is my era. This is my time. Apparently, when I was a kid. Well, no, because the reason why they don't have clothes right now
No. Why
is
would
because
you
we've
have
used them.
What?
It's because we've used them as props at the theater company. Actually, like 2 Susicles ago, these were, when the Cat in the Hat reenacts the battle, these were dressed in clothes from various shows. Anyways, when I was a kid, I saved my allowance to buy my own Cabbage Patch Kid, and my mom took me to the store, and this is the one that I picked out. And apparently the cashier was like, "Don't you want that one looks like you? Don't you want one like you?" And I was like, "No, this is the one I want."
Yeah.
And this is also the Hispanic one that came out much later.
What's with
Yeah.
the hair though? I don't.
She's got a little ponytail that is not cute anymore, but I am saving them. I need to buy them clothes so I can give them to Ryder. Because again, passing on the toys. These are very important to me. I would never just let them go, but if Ryder wants to hang out with them, I'm down. Oop, did just drop it. It's fine. So there's my parents can fill in the Cabbage Patch story.
So ARMINEH, there's a series of questions coming up, and well, we've already started about Disney. So what is you went to Florida, so tell us a little bit about I assume you went to do some stuff with Disney World?
I did, yeah. I'd always wanted to work for Disney, and so I applied to work in the parks and was given a role on Main Street at the Starbucks, which was scary, but I was like, you know what, it's Disney, it's fine, it's temporary, and I'll figure out the Starbucks thing. I'd never done that. And so I got there, did the training. It's really intense, but made the move, learned all the things, started working, and it was an interesting, complicated time. The environment there is very stressful.
Main Street, caffeine, tourists.
Mm-hmm. But it wasn't the guests that I had trouble with. It was definitely the cast members. And I don't think it's any fault of their own, but there were quite a few, I've been called all sorts of names. I've had my path blocked, people refused to help, that kind of thing.
Disney? Yeah, who can we call?
Names.
But again, I don't think it's their fault. I think because it is such an entirely stressful situation, you're not supported and people lash out at each other. I'm not saying that it's right, but I think that's what happened is people lashed out because there's absolutely no support.
Wow.
Makes me really sad.
Yeah.
But I hope it gets better. And I think it will after things return because people expect a lot more from their jobs. I think that was already a change happening within the Disney company. So that's my hope. But
when did you leave?
I left. It was Star Wars Day, right before Star Wars Day of 2019.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was a short-lived thing, but I loved my time there. Yeah.
May 4th.
No, I was Dana.
Yeah.
So 2019, Star Wars, that was what?
May 4th.
May the 4th.
May the 4th.
May the 4th? Okay.
Yep.
So I went in 2018. You were still working there?
I started working in October of 2018.
And I went in the end of, no, it was 2017. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
2017, 2019, and 2021.
Okay.
So never mind. We
Nice.
missed.
I was there in 2010.
I can't wait to go again. I don't know what it is about that place as a tourist. It's the most magical place in the world. And
you know what you think it is about that place. And muted. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Special. There's just something really special about those parks. I don't think I would ever work. I definitely would not work food service again at Disney, but I would definitely work any other role. I loved being at those parks. So
you were there when DJ, there's a DJ there you may have run into. DJ Elliott is his name now. It was the Star Wars DJ Lobot for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I was his RA in college. So anytime I go, he gives me the hookup, hey, come here at this time and whatever. I was his RA, of course he owes me. So, but he took that career that started as a walking, talking trash can way back when he started at Disney, turned it into a career as a DJ, and now he's a contractor So he doesn't even work for Disney anymore. He works for himself and has like 8 or 9 DJs under him. And
Wow.
like for women International Women's Day, he like showcased all of his women DJs and had it posted everywhere. And it's really cool. So I think, like you said, I mean, there's opportunities to do some really incredible things there
Yeah.
through Disney.
Yeah.
Food service, I don't think I would enjoy that part of it. No.
Wouldn't enjoy what part?
The food, like working in food
Oh,
service there.
yeah. Yeah.
Because I see people like ahead of me or behind me in line, and sometimes they're just mean. They're just, just get your bratwurst and go. Just
Well, what was baffling to me is the location on Main Street. They told us the busiest Starbucks in the world. Times Square is second. And so I didn't believe it until December. I was working a Christmas season there, and the line literally wraps down. I don't know how familiar you are with Main Street, but it wrapped out the door all the way past the crystal shop, past the candy store, basically to the front gate. People were waiting like 2 hours for a caramel macchiato. Like,
Why?
I
Go
don't know.
play.
Go
Yeah.
ride Space Mountain. Like, why?
I wouldn't even wait 2 hours for Space Mountain.
No.
That's not true. I've done that.
they have a Joffrey's right there. You could just get a coffee at Joffrey's by Space Mountain and just be done with it.
Or okay, the people waiting in this line, are these the people that are like sending their kids away? Like, kids, you go bother someone else, and I'm just gonna sit here quietly and wait in line.
No, because all their kids are ordering frappuccinos.
Oh, monsters.
Yeah, I don't
That seems-
understand.
Monsters.
That's I mean, you pay so much money to get in the park.
Mhm.
I don't know why you would stand in line for something that you could get any day of the week. Like, I just don't.
Because you can't get it on Main Street.
No.
That's-
No.
Well, I'm just telling you this. I'm fine with it. Like, I'm good. I don't need that. But
Make it like
I understand what you're saying.
Well, I mean, and we made it really special. Like, if we had birthdays coming in, we were trained. You make it really special for the guests. Draw on their cups, like make those magical moments. So I get it. Like, if the wait is 30 minutes and it's your birthday and you're with your gaggle of friends, do it. Like, we'll make it special. It'll be cool. You'll have pictures with the castle, with your Starbucks, like princess, whoever. It's really neat. But yeah, not 2 hours.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That really blows my mind with as many other lines as you have to. Is there a fast pass at Starbucks? Can you do that?
I got that joke from so many dads.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It just so cracks me up.
Broke your own
Oh,
rule.
that's
man.
Broke her own
You
rule.
got me right in the heart with that one. Oh no. Oh no.
What's horrible is I laughed every time because it is funny. It's like, how are you here?
That is funny.
All that aside,
Oh.
though, like I met some of the most amazing people. So you've all seen and been sick and disgusted with all the Finding Nemo posts, but there are some amazing episodes down there, and like just like you said, Dana, the ability to create your own career and opportunities for yourself down there is crazy. And some of those people are just the kindest and most hardworking, like go above and beyond for that company and for all the companies down there. So it is really cool. The people down there are amazing. I think I just pulled a short stick and entered at a time where it's really stressful, and that happens. So
I'm just sorry that happened, because I think when you left for Disney, like everybody was so excited for you because we knew what a special journey that was. So it's like you go to Disney and everyone is like, yes, all is right with the world. ARMINEH's going to Disney World because that's where she belongs. And so I think you and I talked a few times in that process, and to hear that it wasn't perfection was really sad.
yeah, it is sad. But I also think if I tempered it a bit, and I think also if I just was older and like I learned so much from that experience, I wouldn't put up with it now. But I did. I stayed for 8 months and just kind of didn't say anything. And yeah, I would handle it very differently now. So, pros and cons.
Well, Armineh, Shiloh wants to know if you could play any character at Disneyland, what would it be?
Disney World.
World.
Oh, Lord.
Oh man. Okay. So aside from the obvious of Dory and Finding Nemo, I would want to do a fur character like Stitch.
Oh,
So much fun. So much fun. I loved meeting Stitch.
Do they have air conditioners in their suits? Because it's Florida.
What are you talking about? It's Mitch. But no.
No.
Marshall Frostbite at Santa's Wonderland does. He has an air conditioner in his suit. So
Really?
Wow.
yeah, because it's hot. It's Texas, and it's still hot in November. So
And he's
Oh
also
my
a snowman, so he's cold.
that's right.
Like the
Yeah.
air conditioning.
Yep.
Isn't it ironic? Why Stitch?
He gets to break all the rules. Like he just has so much
Really?
fun with the guests. Yeah. Yeah. He gets to be sassy and like steal people's autographs, books, and yeah,
Oh.
he has a lot of fun.
Does he make kids cry?
I've not seen that. I'm sure it happens. I was one of those kids. I didn't like meeting the
Oh.
characters when I was little.
Well, when we were little, they weren't like guarded and you didn't have to like reserve a time slot. You would just be walking down the park and you could run into any of them. Like I've got pictures from when I was like 2 or 3 years old with bears that we just, ran into in Disneyland because that's where we were. Are you still in touch with the Nemo folks? Like I know you made some great connections there.
Yeah. I still message a couple of them. And it's hard down there right now. Like
Yeah.
equity did not help them at all. So they're struggling a little bit, but they've been able, like one of them that I got to know pretty well is one of the Marlins, and he has his own wig business and is thriving.
What?
Like he's amazing. He taught himself how to do wigs.
Does he do drag?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He does. And it's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I want to say, I'm gonna have to look him up because I want to see his drag career.
I'll send you his stuff.
Because he's so good. His because I was not sick of the clips because I'd never got to see it, so I'm done.
Aw.
Okay, so there's like a ton of secrets, right, about working at Disney.
Yes.
What's the coolest secret that you can like get away with telling us? Like what's something we're not supposed to know but you're gonna tell us?
What can I get away with telling you? So there is a underground situation under Magic Kingdom that is used to transport lots of different things, but you can actually take a tour of it with the company. And I would highly recommend that because that's not something that a lot of people know and or have seen. It's really cool. Yeah, they show you how it was built from the ground up. They talk about how the castle was built. Yeah, I think that's probably the most secretive thing I can say.
That's exciting.
It's really cool.
I'm thrilled.
Yeah.
Great.
Keys to the Kingdom is the name of that tour if you want to take it.
Ooh.
Mhm.
They got a bunch of
Nice.
tunnels right underneath.
Mhm. Yep.
So that because you're not supposed to have Mickey in 2 places at once or something, right?
He's only in one spot at all times.
Oh,
Crazy.
crazy.
Actually, that's not true. So that is true. This is something else. The city, when Disney was buying all this swampland, to get the castle to be as tall as he wanted it to be, they had to create their own city, like zone their own city.
Oh yeah.
And I had no idea. But yeah, there's a lot of that kind of stuff that went on, like their own fire rescue system, police system, everything. It is really involved.
The last time I went, I had this like really jarring nostalgic moment that I didn't see coming because it's the electric light parade at the end.
Mhm.
Whenever Pete Dragon showed up, I had not seen that since I was like 4 or 5 years old. And so Pete Dragon coming down the street with the same song as like it was in California 30 something years ago, it hit me hard. I was like, oh, and I think I'd had to yell because that was one of the times I went with Casey and Kate and Mary. And I don't think they wanted to stay for that part. And I was like, oh no, we're staying for the stamp parade. Like you don't, I don't care how many kids are screaming around you. I don't care how loud it is. We're staying.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so sweet. They excel at that. Ugh,
They do. It's magical.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a naughty story I'll tell you about that Disney trip in After Dark.
After dark.
I didn't say that. I didn't
You
say
did. You did. You can't help yourself.
I'm sorry. All right. All right. So do you have a favorite memory of working with Randy?
Yeah, Man of La Mancha. I was ensemble in that show, and I got to watch him just do his thing. And seeing him direct Roger was really cool. Yeah, that entire experience was just like, I'm going to sit and soak in everything you're saying. He has such a heart for that show. I loved it. Yeah. So special.
You got to be the belly dancer.
I did. Yeah. That was it. Yeah.
It was a great cast. It was like a small cast, but a lot of hardworking, really smart people.
Yeah.
What?
Really funny.
They're yelling
Really
at me.
funny show, surprisingly.
Yeah. What was your favorite show that you did at the theater company?
That's too hard.
Most fun, less stress. So obviously not passion. What was
Was it
probably the
My
most?
Fair Lady?
Do what?
Wasn't in that one, Dana.
Oh, I know that, but Mike. apparently
I'm
didn't.
kidding.
It's okay. I think it was Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Little Mermaid?
Oh, Little Mermaid was fun too.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Do you think I can
Yeah.
see that?
No. No. For everyone's benefit, no.
That was a fun show
Well,
too.
you don't get to go to Scotland with me then and come see my 1x1 square plot of land.
That's right. You're a lord, right?
I am. I'm going to plant my Texas flag right in the middle of it.
Oh.
That's okay. We're not looking for that. She and I are going to be looking for Jamie.
She's already got a picture taken with Jamie.
Yeah, but I don't. So
We'll
Just the right
find
time.
Jamie for you, Adrienne.
We're talking about Jamie.
hello.
Hi.
ARMINEH, this is Charla. Y'all have never met, right?
I don't think so. No. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Why did I walk in at a good time?
Because they were talking about Jamie.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry. Hang on.
Got some weak knees.
No apologies necessary for that.
So smoking hot. I just. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. Hang on.
This-
He's so smoking hot.
No, you don't need to cover his ears. He's already made some Ariel cracks today. He's fine.
Of course he has. He's probably having mermaid dreams tonight.
Ew.
Yes. Ew.
This isn't after dark. You can't say
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Outland. I think, Adrienne, you actually were the first person to tell me about that show.
I was?
Is that right? Yeah.
I
remember.
think we might have talked about it, but I have not actually watched it until quarantine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I knew about it, but I hadn't actually watched it. I don't know. But now.
that. Are you caught up?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Because what
Yeah.
is it, like another month or two and we're good? I mean,
I think so. I know I was texting ARMINEH at some point. I was like, wait, is this guy like gone for good? Because like I don't think I can handle him coming back. Like I don't want Jack Randall can just
oh, Jack Randall.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Rodney, we're boring you.
Oh, we saw
I
him.
know. I have to listen to it from Mandy because she first read the books and then she started watching the
Saucy.
series, and so yeah.
You're familiar.
Yeah.
You're familiar. Well, Rodney, I believe. What are you doing now?
Yeah, so I've got some back channel communications going on. Some people think
Thrilling.
that Adrienne gets off a little easy on this
Uh-oh.
show, and so they want to even the playing field. And so since you brought your Cabbage Patch dolls out, apparently,
Oh no.
apparently there was a time.
Are you talking to my parents?
What? I don't know. I
You're talking to
disavow any information that might come from. But this person did know you when you were like 4. And
No, I know what you're gonna do too.
apparently you came into the room with your Cabbage Patch doll underneath your arms and you struck a pose, plant both of your feet. And what line did you utter? In front of guests, mind you.
In front of guests.
Uh-huh.
This I cannot be held responsible for my actions because my parents exposed me to Ghostbusters at a young age. So I walked into their dinner party with my Cabbage Patch doll and said, "We came, We saw, we kicked its ass.
You're welcome, Parker.
Love it.
That's gold.
That is funny. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, there'll be more. He sent me a long list.
No.
This will be a recurring segment here on Diva Dads. I think I'm gonna call it Adrienne on trial or something.
I think we can do better than that. But
Yeah.
you know what? Fair is fair. Fair is fair. That is hilarious. Thanks, Dad. That means I guess they found the link. So good for them.
Oh no, he's been sending this to me. Like I said, back he's been sending it in emails to me. So yeah.
His level of communication is just challenged. He won't answer texts because he doesn't get alerts. So he communicates via Facebook Messenger all the time, and it drives us all crazy. Anyways, ARMINEH.
Oh my God. What are parents for?
Oh, I know. Okay, but we're wrapping up this portion of it. I'm so glad you were here. I'm so glad we were able to get you on. Do you have any messages or kind of words for your theater company family and our 7 listeners?
Oh, you guys are amazing. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, sincerely, thank you. For everything. And I can't wait for the day that TTC is back to building that community and can operate and do shows and all that stuff.
April 9th.
April 9th, Tuck Everlasting.
Knock on wood.
Plug the show. But yeah, thank you so much. And I'm so glad I got to see y'all's faces today.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys are great.
You
All
didn't
right,
find anybody to wrap it up, so I guess.
ARMINEH, thank you so much.
Oh, there
Thank
you
you so much. You're amazing. All of our listeners out there, and if you get to watch this podcast, please check us out on ttcdivadads.com and all of our social media. We thank you so much. And again, ARMINEH, awesome job.
You guys too. You got it.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.
All right. So there's no outro, so I just
There's no
stopped the
outro.
live stream.
Just tell everyone bye and
All
stop.
right. Sing, Mike. Sing, Mike. Ready, go.
Oh, the Diva Dads, they wish they were 35, but they're not, and they're like 42, except for Mike. Diva